In which place you mean 0, dear? Dear, you ask why we put not put 0 for x. Why? In which place you want? See, I am taking the values what we have calculated. This is the value of z, correct? This is the value of z. So I am going to take the corresponding value of z. So the value of z is 0, minus 0 0.5, 0, 1.59. And here we have found S1, isn't it? Here we have found the value of S1. Isn't it? We have found the value of S1. So I am going to take this value as S1. This is 0, 0 0.5, 1, minus 0 0.5, 3. Then the next value, when we check for x, here we are having the value of x. What is the value of x? 1, 0 0.5, 0, 0 0.5, 3, isn't it? So I am going to take the value as it is 1, 0 0.5, 0, 0 0.5, 3. Everybody understand how to formulate the table? Next table. Dear, we have to proceed this loop. Please remember, we have to proceed this loop until all the values in Z are positive. All the values are in Z are positive. Okay. See, now this problem not yet finished. I am going to check the value of Z. I am going to check the value of Z. When I check the value of Z, I found I am having one more minus value here. The y value is minus. The y value is minus. So again, we are going to repeat the whole process again. We are going to repeat the whole process again until we make all the values plus. Until we make all the values plus. Understand, dear everyone? Here I am having a positive value. Now we are going to repeat the same process again what we did before. We are going to take now y as the entering variable. For the next table, we are going to take y as the entering variable. Dear, I am recording the sessions, both the recordings, even last class also I have recorded and I have uploaded in the YouTube and Moodle. You can go through it again and again. Please, you can go through it. Okay. Some students were asked in the previous chatting session, are you recording? Yes, I am recording and I am uploading in YouTube there. And the links are available in Moodle. The links are available in Moodle. Okay. Now, again, we are going to repeat the whole process here. For what is the meaning of the step 1? What we said here, we are going to check the maximum negative number. The corresponding variable is entering variable, then ratio, then least ratio, then leaving variable, then entering variable. This again, we have to repeat until all the values in Z are 0 or positive. All the values in Z are 0 or positive. Here, when I check here, I am having 0.5. So I am going to take the 0.5, the corresponding value y as the entering variable. Now again, we are going to find the ratio. Always there is no ratio for Z. Always there is no ratio for Z. We are going to check the corresponding column. What are all the values in the corresponding column we are having? We are having 0.5, 0.5. So I am going to take the right hand side and we are going to divide the right hand side by the corresponding pivotal column element. What is the right hand side here? 3. I am going to divide by 0.5. Using the calculator, I am going to simplify this. This is 6. In the same idea, we are going to take the next right hand side and we are going to divide by the corresponding element. We are going to divide by the corresponding element. What is the right hand side here? 3. This is the corresponding element is 0.5. Again, we are getting the value as 6. We are going to select the least ratio. Teacher, both the numbers are same. Which number I am going to take now? 6, 6. Already we have x. Already we are having x. So which number we have to take now? We are going to take the next value. Already we are having x. So we are not going to disturb x. We are going to take the next value. What is the next value? S1. What is the next value here? S1. We are going to take S1 as the leaving variable. We are going to take S1 as the leaving variable. We are going to continue the process what we did before as it is. First, we are going to check the Z value. In Z, we are having a negative number. We are going to take that negative number as the entering variable. We are going to take the corresponding right hand side and divide by the pivotal column element. Here we are having 3. Both the numbers are 3. The corresponding number is 0.5. So we are getting the same ratio. We are getting the same ratio. You can select any ratio. You can please remember when you have the tie, you can select any number. But here, why we are not selecting x? Because already we found the value of x. Already we found the value of x. Now we are going to remove the next newly added variable S1. We are going to remove the newly added variable S1. Now we are going to repeat the same process. First I am going to find the entering variable. What is the entering variable here? Y is the entering variable. What is the entering variable here? For this table, Y is the entering variable. What we have to do? We are going to take the current row. What is the current value now? S1 is the variable. S1 is the variable, isn't it? Typing mathematics is little difficult here. Just one second. So I'm going to take S1 and I'm going to divide by the corresponding pivotal element. What is the corresponding pivotal element in S1, dear? What is the corresponding pivotal element in S1? 0.5. So I'm going to take the values of S1 and I'm going to divide by 0.5. We are going to take the value of S1, the old S1, and we are going to divide by 0.5. We are going to divide by 0.5. What is the meaning of this? What is the value of S1? I am having 0, 0.5, 1, minus 0.5, 3. Isn't it? What is the value of this one? We are having 0. I am going to divide the value of 0 by the corresponding number. What is the corresponding number here? Sri Rama. Let me make it in the next one there. Okay. So this is 0, isn't it? I am going to divide by the corresponding column element 0.5. I am going to check the next number. What is the next number? 0.5, isn't it? What is the next number? 0.5. I am going to divide the next number 0.5 by 0.5 by 0.5. I am going to take the next number. What is the next number? 1, isn't it? What is the next number? 1. So I am going to take 1 divided by 0.5. 1 divided by 0.5. I am going to take the next number. What is the next number? Minus 0.5. So I am going to divide minus 0.5 by 0.5. Minus 0.5 by 0.5. I am going to take the last number. What is the last number here? 3. So I am going to divide 3 by 0.5. Now using the calculator, I am going to simplify this. I am going to find the value of y. The first number 0 divided by 0.5 is 0. 0.5 divided by 0.5 is 1. Isn't it? 1 divided by 0.5. I am using the calculator dear. This is 2 minus 0.5 divided by 0.5 is minus 1. 3 divided by 0.5 is 6. 3 divided by 0.5 is 6. So I am going to take the corresponding value and we are going to divide by the pivotal element. Here the pivotal element is 0.5. So I am going to divide by 0.51. Now we are going to find the value of Z. Next we are going to find the value of Z. How to find the value of Z? We are going to take the old row as it is. What is the old row here? I am having 0. Let me take in the equal place so that you can understand. So what I am having now? I am having 0. I am having minus 0.5. The next one I am having 0. Then I am having 1.5. The last number I am having 9. What is the corresponding pivotal element here? Pivotal column element minus 0.5. We said we are going to take the opposite sign. So that will become minus of minus 0.5. I am going to multiply the y value which we found newly, the y value. So what will be the answer? Here minus into minus will become plus. 0 into 0.5, this is 0. 1 into 0.5 is 0.5. 2 into 0.5 is 1. 0.5 into minus is, that will become minus 0.5. And 6 into 0.5 is 3. I am using the calculator there. I am using the calculator. So I am going to check the value. Now I am going to add both the numbers. I am going to add both the values. So 0 plus 0 is 0. This will become minus plus 0.5 will become 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1.5 minus 0.5 is 1. 9 plus 3, 12. 9 plus 3, 12. So I am going to find the y value first. And then we are going to take the corresponding y value and we are going to find the value of Z. To find the value of Z, what we are going to do now? We are going to multiply or we are going to add the two numbers. So we are going to take Z and we are going to take the corresponding pivotal column element and we are going to take the opposite sign and we are going to multiply. In the same way, finally we are going to find X. We are going to find the value of X, isn't it? Because in the table we are having Z, S1, X. So the last value, we are going to find the value of X. How to find the value of X? Again, the same idea. I am going to take the values of X in the table. What is the value here? 1, 0.5, 0 and 0.5. 3. What I am having here? 1, 0.5, 0, 1, 0.5, 0. The next one 0.5, 3. The next one 0.5, 3. 0.5. I am going to check the corresponding pivotal column element. What is the corresponding pivotal column element here? 0.5. So I am going to take minus 0.5. We are going to take the opposite sign. So this will become minus 0.5. Minus 0.5. I am going to multiply with y value. I am going to check the value of y. What is the value of y, dear? Here we are having y 0, 1, 2, minus 1, 0.6. Let me copy paste down for your understanding purpose. Okay. So 0.5 multiply 0 is 0. 0.5 multiply 1 is 0.5. 0.5 multiply 2. So all the values will be in minus, isn't it? This is minus. 0.5 multiplied 2 is -1. 0.5 multiply -1, this will become 0.5. 0.5 multiply 6, this is -3. This is -3. Now I am going to add the values. I am going to add the values. So this will become 1. This will become 0. This will become -1. This will become 1. This will become 0. This will become 0. Now we are going to form the next table. We are going to form the next table. In table 1, again we are going to take, in table 1, again we are going to take all the values as we said before. We are going to take Z, but here we are taking Y and we are taking X, isn't it? Because we changed to X and Y. We changed to X and Y. So here I am going to check what is the value of Z. Here is the Z value 0, 0, 1, 1, 12, isn't it? What is the Z value here? 0, 0, 1, 1, 12. I am going to check the value of Y. I am going to check the value of Y. What is the Y value? 0, 1, 2, -1, 6, isn't it? 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, -1, 6, 2, -1, 6. Then next I am going to check the last X value. Here is the X value, isn't it? This is what we found X here. What is the value of X here? This is 1, 0, 1, 0, -1, 1, 0. This is our X, Y, S1, S2, and RHS, Now we are going to check the Z value. When we check the Z value, all the numbers are plus. So our problem is solved. I am going to write the answer now. Maximum Z equal. We are going to take the corresponding right hand side. What is the corresponding right hand side here? 12. What is the corresponding right hand side here? 12. I am going to check the value of X and we are going to check the value of Y. The value of X, the right hand side is 0. For value of Y, the right hand side is 6. The value of X, the right hand side is 6. So what we are going to do now? We took the table. We took, what is this? Our maximum is that we converted into standard form, and then we formed the initial basic feasible solution. Then from then we found the table 1. Again in table 1, as we found the minus value, we went to the table 2. We went to table 2. And then when we are checking here, all the Z value are positive. So we are going to assume that we reached the maximum. I am going to take the corresponding sides. So Z is 12, X value is 0, Y value is 6. This is called solving the linear programming problem using LPP. Using LPP. Understand the idea, dear? Everyone? Dear, please, I am uploading the videos. Go through the videos, and then if you need any clarification, please you can check with me on the WhatsApp. No problem. Okay, you can also clarify the doubt through WhatsApp. But if you want to make personal chat, you can make the personal chat, dear. You can make the personal chat. So no problem. Understand, dear everyone? Let me stop the recording.